So I've already said that a variable is just a placeholder. It works the same way as in algebra. So in this case, if I specify that x equals 3, all I'm doing is I'm making a box. I'm calling that box x, and I'm putting 3 into the box. And then I substitute the value of x, or in other words, what's inside the box, whenever I use it in a statement. So here I've got x plus 7 equals 10. Well, since x equals 3, then this statement turns out to be true. So that's all the variable is. Just think of it as a box that contains something, and whenever you stick that box into a statement, it opens the box and pulls out the contents of that box and uses that contents in place of the box itself. So first of all, environmental variables. What are environmental variables? Well, these are variables that are common to Windows. All programs can use them because they are built into Windows. In order to examine those and see what they are, we are going to use a provider. We're going to use the environmental variable provider, and so we'll be using the env drive. Now, whenever we talk about variables, or whenever we refer to variables, we need to tell PowerShell that it is a variable, and we do that with the $sign. So I'm going to use the $sign, and this tells PowerShell, hey, I'm going to be talking about a variable now. And then the variables are going to be the environmental variables. Remember that the colon means it's a drive. In other words, this is a PS drive in a PS provider. And now I'm going to tell it what variable I'm interested in. So this is kind of like a subfolder within the env drive, or a folder within the env drive. And in this case, home path. Oops, it helps if I spell it right. And I find out that inside the home path box, so to speak, is the string \users\Roger. Now let's get all of the variables. Remember the get child item? This is the same as a dir command. And then we'll look at the environmental variable drive. So let's try that. Get child item, env colon, and now we can see all the variables. And in fact, let's take a look here at the home path that I just looked at a minute ago. First of all, the home drive variable holds what drive my home path is in, and then the home path variable holds the actual path. And if you remember, the first \/ refers to the root folder in a drive, and then this refers to a top level folder, and then the \ is just a separator, and then the Roger folder. So anything I put in the Roger folder is in my home path. There are lots of other variables, and these are, as I said, common to Windows, so that any program within Windows can use these variables, and they always refer to these items over here. In most cases, it's a path. A few cases might not be. So for example, here's one that is not a path. It's simply the word auto. Here's one that is not a path. It's simply the name of my computer. And the username certainly is not a path. It's simply my name, the username that's currently signed in. So these are environmental variables.